House Minority Leader Kevin McCarthy got punked by a 19-year-old because he apparently doesn't know what ends up getting passed in Congress, when in reality, as a member of Republican leadership, he should be fully aware. So this all started after this was posted online. It was what looked like an ad from the IRS indicating that families would get a monthly check for each of their children until they turn 18. Now, we don't live in a fantasy world here in the United States or any type of civilized country that would actually provide a robust social safety net for children. So McCarthy should have already known that this wasn't a real policy that had been implemented. It was actually a piece of art that was put online by Tobin Stone, a 19-year-old college student. When McCarthy saw it though, he shared it and said this: "Infuriating. The IRS is literally spending taxpayer money to advertise a government handout. This is welfare without work requirements. I want children to starve." Also, I'm pro-life. These people.
What, like
what are we gonna do with these people, Emma? What are we gonna do with these people?
I don't know. And the thing about it too is, unfortunately, well, okay, I have two thoughts in my mind. One is this IRS obsession has been in vogue since Reagan, right? Where the IRS was completely demonized, and it works because no one wants to pay their taxes, and so you're appealing to people's worst nature there. But part of me also feels like that's gone. That era of politics is gone. And I find Kevin McCarthy to be so supremely untalented that it doesn't shock me that he's, one, duped by this, and two, kind of just going back to the playbook. It's like, if you, I'm sorry, Anna, forgive me, this is a sports reference. It's like Mike McCarthy, right? He's a former head coach of the Green Bay Packers. He was notoriously incredibly simple with his playbook and ruined wasted much of Aaron Rodgers' career. Like, he's going back to basics. He's playing high school football and doing high school pass formations when he's the leader of the Republicans in the House of Representatives. That's how I feel about him, right? He's doing high school coach tactics when he's supposedly coaching on the NFL level.
While I may not know the analogy or understand the analogy fully, I will say that you're right, because it's not even about agreeing politically. I mean, I think that we can both admit that there's a very clear difference in terms of skill and talent between Senator Mitch McConnell and Kevin McCarthy, right? I mean, Kevin McCarthy,
exactly.
Like Mitch McConnell actually, unfortunately for us, is a skilled tactician. Like, he knows what he's doing and he knows how to consolidate and use power. Whereas Kevin McCarthy is just like, I mean, what year is this? Is it 2003? Does he think that it's a good play to speak out against a potential government program that would help families financially, especially after the economic turmoil of the coronavirus and all these businesses shutting down?
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you, but that's such a good point too. When people hear government checks now, they're like, oh, great. I mean, that's awesome. It was almost so successful that if the pandemic wasn't so horrible and Trump's handling of it wasn't so sociopathic, it could have actually put Trump over the top. I mean, the election was too close for comfort as is, even though in the popular vote it wasn't. But if some states had flipped a certain way, who knows, right? And that's why Trump knew, I'm gonna sign my big name on these checks because it was a popular program. And so I'm not even exactly sure what the poster fully says there, but as long as people are seeing that, there's gonna be a positive connotation associated with it, especially in the wake of the checks. There we go, right? I mean, yeah, that sounds good to people in the year 2021, given what we just went through in 2020.
Yeah, I mean, it's part of the reason why Biden's initial infrastructure proposal and the American Families Plan poll so well. They poll well because they actually provide programs that materially benefit and improve people's lives. It's amazing to me how stuck in the past McCarthy is, even in his political posturing, right? Because we're seeing that pattern or that trend of populist rhetoric coming from right-wing lawmakers. And those are the right-wing lawmakers we gotta watch out for, because they're actually paying very close attention to the temperature in the country and to what Americans are concerned about. It's just that they're using the rhetoric to hook American voters and then offer them absolutely nothing. They offer nothing more than nonsense arguments about Mr. Potato Head and Dr. Seuss books and critical race theory and whatever, right? But there's still some Republican lawmakers like McCarthy that are like, huh? What? Names on checks? That might be a bad idea. Like, he's just not a smart guy. Not a smart guy.
But it has IRS in the poster, so
right.
Again, it's just, dude, come on, get into the 21st century at the very least.
Well, hopefully he's not watching this. I don't want to help him out, but I do like your point.